are recorded. And I have to tell you something, especially the training of today, you will need to go on YouTube and check it again. Because tonight, Igor, we will give you a lot of information, okay? And you will not have time to write, okay? So, but if you want, you can go on in YouTube, you can check again this training, you can study, because as I always repeat every week, this is a multi-billion business, but you can't forget to make money in this business if you don't study. Sorry, I have to be honest with you. It's a new business, is a new market, plastic credit, chemical recycling, and the Corsair Connect, is everything is new. You need to study if you want to make money. But if you will have an open mind and you will start to study every week, every day, something more, trust me, this is the best opportunity ever in your life. Let me, before I, Pasquale, before I give you the words for the information, let me tell you something, because as you know, this training for me is not only training where I teach, or where we teach you something new every week, but is even a moment to share ideas, okay? To share, to give you information, and even to share with you my thoughts about what we are doing, thoughts. And last week it was amazing. Last week it was one of the amazing week of the history of Corsair Connect, because you know what happened. Just to give to update everyone, when we switch, when we move from the Amplivo platform to the new platform, the Corsair Connect platform, what happened? You know, we moved from a euro to dollar, okay, to United States dollar. So what happened at that moment? For all the people registered in the Corsair Connect, the company, you know, the change between euro and dollar is not 1 to 1. You know, dollar are something like 15-60% more. Okay, sorry, less. Okay, less than the euro. So what the company did, the company transformed the turnover from everyone from euro to dollar, and give 20% more to everyone. Everyone. You did 1,000, 1,000 to what? You did 100,000, 120. So everyone get 20% more in the turnover. But of course, the company increase even the turnover necessary to reach the new star of 20%. So at the end, nothing changed. So last week it was amazing, because the company, we decided together regarding this when we was in Thailand, something like 2 months ago, with my top historical. And let me tell you something. Okay, sometimes I need even to make say compliment to Andrea, because this was my idea. I spoke with Jay. I said, Jay, I think we need to do something good for the network. And I think is the moment we can really try to give some motivation, to give energy to the ones who believe in what we do. Of course, my top historical, they approved this idea, and then we did this change. So now the career is 20% less. And you know, yesterday I did a call with the CEO of the company, with Jay, yesterday morning, after my weekly call with my top historical. Let me tell you one information. Last week, only in 1 week, we have more than 120 people which changed their position in a highest rank. 120 people get one rank more only because of this. And let me tell you something again. You know, I don't know. We are 40 people tonight. I don't know what you do in your life. I don't know your experience in the network marketing. I don't know how many years you work in the network marketing. I know my experience. I know the first time in my life the network marketing, the 18 and 19 July 1994. Okay, I was 21. I was very young, and and so I work in this industry now for 32 years. Okay, in June I will start my 33rd year. I never saw, why I tell you this, because in 32 years I never saw a company do something like this. Never. Never. And this show you which is the attitude of this company. Really, the Corsair, the Mama Corsair, they really want to give the best of the best of the best to all the Corsair Connect partner. Let me tell you something. 120 people changed their career. The majority, of course, they deserve, but I have to be honest with you. Someone didn't deserve. They changed their career because they started doing nothing. But okay, this is the system. So everyone get this something more. And just to let you know, with this, we have yesterday in Italy we had seven only in Italy 7 new 3-star, 7 3-star new in 1 week. Do you remember that when you reach the 3rd star, the company will start to give you shares in the Corsair capital? So this means that now 7 people more and a lot of 4-star, 5-star, 6-star, they will get these shares. So this change is, for example, all the people, when you reach the 1st star, in 30 days, you get €300 extra rewards, $360 now. So a lot of people, now they get this money. If you reach the 2nd star, you get another €300. If you reach the 2nd star in 100 days, you get an extra €300. So with this change, the company put the money in the pocket and give out thousands and thousands of euro and shares in the company. This is just to show you what is the attitude of this company, and I love it. In general, big motivation for everyone. Okay, that was my thought. I will keep my last point for the end of this training. I will give the word to Pasquale for some information. Then, of course, we are looking forward to listen to Igor because, trust me, very, very, very interesting topic. Just let me introduce this. It's amazing. We need you need to speak with your friends and invite them. For example, now in Finland, you need to invite your friend to Finland to see the Corsair Day. Great. The topic of today from Igor will help you when you speak with your friends, when you want to invite your friends in this business. Of course, they always will tell you, no, but I don't have money, I don't have time, I don't this. Okay, Igor tonight will help you in this. We give you such an amazing training. Pasquale Lipoli's new 6-star Corsair Connect. Let's go, my friend. What happened? Okay. You went out. Okay. No problem.
Okay, Andrea, thank you. Thank you. Okay, let's go to introduce some informations. I share my screen. Okay, sound. Okay. Okay, let's start with important information. I want to remind you that every week you can find the training, this training, the recording of the training, also in English language, in Italian YouTube channel. Very, very important information because you can learn. You can learning, training, and learn all system. Okay. Another very important information this week, the price of our service is 32 cents of dollars to kilos. Specific 3.2 dollars cents of dollars to CSR 26. This price is available from Friday 23 May 2026 until 29 May 2026. Sorry. Very important reminder, the promotion continue, a bonus promotion about our service. And this week we have plus 40% extra bonus about our service. And next week, continue the promotion with plus 30% extra bonus about our service. Very important to remind that this bonus promotion was created to celebrate the transition over the carrier from euro to dollar. This transition from euro to dollar gives us the opportunity of 20% less of the turnover needed for each position in the carrier. In fact, my position has passed to the sixth star in the carrier.
Yes, but Pasquale, let me tell you something, because you didn't pass because only of this, because if I don't mistake, you Pasquale missed something like 300,000. Okay, he was like 9,700,000. Okay, now he is 11 million, and so he was already near. It just give you just a turbo boost, but you was already there, even with the other career.
Yeah, in euro, see, in dollar is was 11 500 million of dollars.
Great.
Thank you, Andrea. The info is finished.
Good. Okay.
Thank you.
Just
Thank you for
okay.
this opportunity for my English language. Thank you,
Okay.
Andrea.
Your training, that is good. Yeah, you was great, Pasquale, as always. And just to remind you, another information: the Corsair Day, the event in
Sorry,
Finland.
yes, sorry.
No, but it's okay. It's okay.
It's true. Yeah, the very important information, most important information
You was
is
excited. You was excited. No problem.
sorry, Corsair Day in Finland, a special event that you can't lose because this event is official presentation of Corsair Day in Finland with our group, with some captain, Mr. Andrea Cerio, and historical tops.
And the 13, the Corsair Day, and the 14, we are going to visit the facility. And let me tell you, just an information. I told you, I spoke yesterday with the CEO. At the moment, we have more than 170 people already registered for the event in Finland. And we think we will go near to 250 people. So I'm very, very happy for that. And we have more than 140 people already registered for the visit to the facility in Caipola. So please invite your people, invite your new guest to be in Finland, all your leaders to be there, because will be 2 amazing days. Okay. Thank you, Pasquale. So, okay, now let's go strictly to the point. Let's go to the topic of this night. I already introduced it before. It's a pleasure for me to have you here, Igor, for the first time. So even for you, a great opportunity to train your English. And nothing, the topic of today is great. So I give you the word. Igor Napolitano, 5th star Corsair.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Okay, can you hear me? So first of all,
perfectly.
oh, perfect. Thank you, Andrea, for giving me the opportunity to share this training with all of you, and most importantly, to help everyone better understand something very important. As you say before, in every phase of our activity, we often find ourselves in front of people who tend to escape. Sometimes because they are fears, sometimes because they are simply don't know that they are going to do. And so it's something that we have to manage. And this is exactly where when we must become truly skilled, learning how to manage this situation in the right way. So there are many important aspects to understand, and for this reason, I divided this training into different parts. So today, in the time that we have, we will go through the first part of this very important and extremely practically deep drive training. something that we can truly help every one of us in the daily activity. So let me share the.
I think you are a host. Yes, you can do it.
Okay, perfect. Tell me if you see my screen.
Perfect.
So perfect. So the topic is sale arguments and objection handling. So we can pass from theory to practice. Today we are talking about the pitch. Let's talk about those phrases that you hear every day. I don't have time. I think about it. I don't have money. I have to talk with my wife about it. I don't trust it. It's a pyramid scheme. I read things on internet and also things like this. So all I tell you one thing right away. Those who don't know how to handle this phrase are not selling. He is hoping, and hope is not a commercial strategy. So the first thing we need to understand is this: our system exists for a reason. Our system is contacts, phone call, video, sending a video, let the people to watch the presentation, our wonderful presentation, then the follow-up, and then we can go to make the closure of this one. So the first rule is don't skip the system. Those who skip the steps because they think they are better than the system, they are not normally better. It's just messier. If you send a link at random, if you explain everything in chat, if you answer 10 questions before the person has seen the presentation, you are ruining the process. Why? The person does not yet have the full picture. And when a person doesn't have the full picture, decisions are based on fear, not understanding. This is what, and this is the killer phrases not used at this stage. This is the phrases that you have to erase from your mind and from your speaking. So I'll explain you quickly. It's a simple thing. I'll summarize it for you. I'll send you everything. Then let me know. Watch when we have time or the last. If you want, take a look and then let me know. You can see that these phrases are very, very bad. They are very dangerous phrases, and are dangerous because the phrases seems polite, but in reality, they are lower value of the proposal. If you say, I'll explain it quickly, you are communicating that it is a small or an unimportant thing. If you say when you have time, you are saying it's not too urgent. If you say if you want, you are relinquishing leadership. So the correct version is, I gladly explain it to you, but not in 2 minutes, because badly explained, it seems like any other thing, and it is not. I'll send you the video, but we are already fixed the moment when we resent, so you can watch it carefully and talk about it seriously. The current way to understand it is not to read it quickly, it's watching the presentation and then thinking about it together.
Exactly.
So this is the reason, because we have to follow the system. Now we don't talk about a system. I make you only the first slide that everybody of you have ever seen in the last training. I think so, because
Yes, of course.
we talk about it a lot of time, and the system is a fast and duplicated method in 4 simple steps. You can start creating your Corsair Connect record right away, receive your first commission, and reach the first star. Don't wait. The system will do the work for you. So we skip the system, but you can find it in our Telegram channels. And then we go to the second rule, that is your attitude. The attitude, it's very important. When you know you have something good on your hands, you have to hold your hand high. You don't have to apologize because you are proposing something. You don't have to look like a disturber. You don't have to talk like you're begging for attention. You are bringing in front of you, and you are offering a person two possibilities, two very important possibilities. The first one is to contribute to a concrete solution of an issue of plastics. And the second one is to evaluate a commercial activity that, if you done with seriousness, method, and continuity, can open up new economic scenarios. So your attitude must be, I'm not chasing you. I'm giving you a chance to watch something you could thank me for showing you. So this is the attitude killer phrases. Sorry to disturb you. Or something. I don't want to steal your time. I don't want to steal your time. So you're a rabbit. No. I don't want to insist. Maybe it's not for you. I only ask you 5 minutes. Why they're dangerous? There are low position phrases before you even propose it, you are apologizing. And if you treat a proposal as a disturbance first, the other will perceive it's a disturbance. So the correct version is take time to listen, because I'm sure you might be interested. I point out something that you will see really deserved attention. I'm not telling you to decide now. I'm just asking you to look at it in the right way. So let's start with the part one. That is the part that we tracked this night, and in the other training we can make the part two, the part three, and the part four. And the part one is before the presentation. Take the person to see, take the person to watch our presentation. So the killer phrases, when sometimes make
just, Igor, just a second, just to
Yes.
clarify. Here we are at the point of the first phone call. When you speak for the first time with your friend, and you want to invite your friend to the business, okay? So they don't know nothing. We are in that moment. So before they see a presentation, but they already tell you, I'm not interesting. Okay, sorry, go.
Two. And the first objection that I can hear from our friends or from the people they are contacting is, I don't have time. So the killer phrase that we don't have to use is, I see. When you have time, let me know. Or, okay, maybe later. Okay, don't worry. Why? They destroy the negotiation. Why? They close everything. You leave the person in total control and don't bring out of the real point. It's no time. It's the priority. So it's something about the priority. The correct sentence is, I understand. Time is the most precious asset, right? But I'll ask you a very simple question. You don't have time at all, or you still haven't figured out why these things might be the worth of your time. This is what. So the operation skips, I understand, I already said this, but because we are talking about a water out, I agree with you. I don't watch it. But if you are talking about an hour that can open you up a new possibility to you, then the problem is really the time, or decide if it's a what watching. This is what. So if we insist to say, I'm full of commitments, perfect. Precisely for this reason, I'm telling you about it. free, empty, and uncommitted people often don't need or want to change anything. People who are full, tired, under pressure, they are those who to give themselves the opportunity to at least evaluate alternatives. I'm not telling you to decide today. I'm inviting you to look and evaluate carefully and then decide with the right informations. So the ideal closure is, let's do this. No, now that I'm not asking you for a favor, but I'm offering you a great opportunity. And opportunities require intelligent behavior. Watch it. Then, if, which will not happen, you do not see value in it, tell me calmly. But saying no before you know really seems like the best choice. You don't think so? This is the first objection. Now, let's go to the second one. This is not the time. And the killer phrase is that we don't have to use is, okay, let's talk about it again. Oh, when the time comes, you tell me. Oh, okay, maybe later. Why that weak? Because you accept a generic sentence as if it were a serious decision. So it's not the time often just means I still haven't understood the urgency. The correct sentence is, in your opinion, there is really a right time to evaluate something that could improve your situation? So I respect this phrase, but I want to be very direct. It's not the time. It's often a personal, elegant way of putting off something they haven't yet understood. I'll ask you a question. When would be the right time to evaluate something that could improve your situation? Oh, sorry. Because if we wait for the perfect moment to come, it normally never comes. The perfect moment, unfortunately, does not exist. There may be, however, a time when a person decides to seriously inform himself. And this is where things can change. And if we say, I've got too many problems now, that is exactly why you have to watch it. Not because it's the magic wand, but because when a person has problems, he has to increase the possibilities, not to reduce them. The problem is not solved by closing doors. The problem is solved by open, intelligent evaluations. So to close is no one's asking you to start today, but I'm asking you to understand there are two different things.
And let me, Igor, let me just tell you something because this is for everyone. For example, you will see this in the Corsair day, for example. The Corsair day is perfectly this. I mean, the last slide, we have more than 200 slides in the Corsair day. And in the last slide, there is now the goal of today was simply to give you all the information to take the right decision. That is the point. How you can take a decision if you don't know nothing? So all this topic from Igor are here to say the person, please first see a presentation, and then you can decide whatever you want.
You have to have the information. Without information, it's impossible to take a right decision. This is what. And so you have to put the people to be able to understand that is an hour important for him because it's a big opportunity. This is what. And so you have to manage all the objection in the right way. So let's go to the third objection. That is, I have to talk with my wife, I have to talk with my husband, I have to talk with my business partner. So the killer phrases that you don't have to use is okay, talk about it and then let me know. Or something, okay, I'm waiting for your response. Or sure, let me know what it says. Why are dangerous phrases? Why do you hand over the decision to a person who hasn't seen anything? The person will misexplain something that he has not fully understood. So the correct sentence may be quite right. If you don't understand will first, then what do you think to explain? An impression or something clear? The operation script is absolutely, in fact, you do the right thing. But first, you don't think you need to know what you're talking about? Because if you haven't watched the presentation well, what do you think you can tell to them? An impression? A confusing summary? A feeling? If, on the other hand, you watch the presentation, you understand well, then if you want, we can also involve your wife, your husband, or your partner. Don't you think it's the most correct thing? So, we reason on the true information, not on half sentences. And if he says, no, without her, without him, I don't watch anything. Perfect. So, why do we do something even smarter? Let's look at it together directly with him, with her as well. So we avoid the wireless phone. Because if something can be interesting for you, it certainly deserves to be understood well, even by those who decide with you. Don't you think? So we want to use it as a reason to postpone or a reason to organize ourselves better. This is the third section that you have to know that the partner, the business partner of the family partner is a very important thing for somebody, and so we have to involve him with the decision. So we have to invite both or all the people who can take the decision with them. It's very, very, very important. So let's go. You want to say something, Andrea, or I'll go away? Okay. Objection number
No, it's
4.
okay. It's okay.
Okay. Send me something. This is terrifying. Send me something, then I'll let you know. So this is very, very, very dangerous. Killer phrases. Of course, I'll send you everything. Look calmly. Oh, then when you so mate, you say to me, oh, why they kill interest, why the materials ends up in the middle of those messages. Without an
Igor,
appointment, there is no attention. Yes.
and Igor, why? You know why in the last 7 years, now, when we speak about this project, okay, I never sent nothing to no one. Never. I simply follow the system. I make it a phone call. I send you just the short video, the official video from the Corsair Connect, 3 minutes video. We have now in all the language. We have in Italian, in Spanish, in Portuguese, in English, in German, in French, in Slovenian, in Japanese. Okay, just 3 minutes. I never send any kind of material. You know why? Because the people will never look at it. Finish. We get material every day. Tell me if I'm wrong. We get messages every day with presentation, PowerPoint, link, and video. I never watch at them because we get it every day from everyone. You must be different. Sorry, Igor.
No, good, very, very good. Thank you. So The correct sentence may be, I'll send you the video, like Andrea say now. No, I'll send you the video, but let's fix a moment where we'll hear from each other now. Operation script. No, look, I'll tell you the truth. Sending you something and waiting for you to let me know is the best way to do nothing. I don't want you to put yourself in a position to miss this opportunity, this big opportunity, because then comes work, then comes family, 1,000 on Messenger arrive, and that things ends up under everything else. So, what do you think the result will be? Sending you random material isn't better for you to look at it at the right time, at the right way. More impactful variant. If I send you something without explaining the content, I'm sure you'll cause your harm. That what you prefer. Do you know why? You risk judging an important thing with a superficial attention or leaving everything that is without every really looking at it. So let's do this. I'll send you the video, but let's fix the moment when we talk again. So you look at it without a minimum of tension, and then you say yes, no, or want to understand better. But at least we behave like professionals. Things are better than seriously. Don't you think so? This is the fourth objection. Never send it anything instead of the official videos. The people have to have to watch the presentation. Everything you send it before is something that make you to don't close your connect with the people. So the first objection is I don't care. And this is the killer phrase not to use. Okay, no problem. Okay, I try. Too bad, maybe another time. Okay. Why they're weak? Why don't you distinguish between real disinterest and prejudice? A person can't really say, I don't care about something they didn't understand. So the correct sentence is, your opinion, let's face it, you don't care because you understand what it is, or because you haven't looked at it yet. Sorry. So the operation script it fits. But allow me a question. You don't care because you understand what it is, or you don't care because you haven't looked at it yet? Because there are two completely different things. If you have understood it and if you are not interested, maximum respect.
Exactly.
But if you haven't really seen what you're talking about, it's not a decision, it's a reaction. Don't you think so? And if say, I don't believe to these things, perfect. I don't believe the things either in general. But then, what things? I've learned to look at facts. I looked at the model, I looked at the product, I looked at the market, I looked at wherever there is a commercial logic. I'm not asking you to believe blindly. I'm asking you to check and really do it. How can you do it if you don't see it with your own eyes? Look at critically, without fake enthusiasm. No need. Only then can you affront to make a serious assessment. This is something very important. You have to sell your opportunity as the best things in their life. You don't have to put to make the people to escape from your purpose. So let's talk about the sixth Objection, I'm already busy with something else. Wow, killer phrases. Then nothing. I see. You're already full. Okay, I don't want to add anything else. Why they're wrong? They're wrong because it's been engaged into the barrier, while it can be a threat. Busy people are often the ones most able to evaluate opportunities. The correct sentence is excellent. Engaged people are the ones who understand the value of opportunities faster. So, great. Engaged people are one who understand the opportunities faster. So, did you feel like you were asking yourself to leave what you do? No. I'm asking you to evaluate whether this is a great opportunity can be for you. Over time, something to support, integrate, or become something more. And if you say, I can't follow any behaviors, I understand, but be careful. A new opportunity does not always steal your times. Sometimes it gives you back a perspective. First, look at it. Then we decide this is too much, if it's compatible, or if it's not for you. And this is the part two after the presentation, but the part two
We
will
will
be
do another
hosted
time.
in a future training session because there is still a lot of more to explore and to understand together. In the meantime, thank you of your attention. I'm sure that what you listen in today, it's very useful from you now on, giving each one more skills, more confidence, more ability to manage people correctly and help them to make a right decision. So thank you, Andrea, to make me able to give the
Oh, thank you to you.
opportunity to make everybody to understand that to improve our skills is something very important to make everything well and to put on our pocket all the success that everybody can take. So
Great.
thank you to everybody.
Thank you, Igor. Thank you very much for this topic. I believe, trust me. So what Igor show you? How to react to the normally I can tell excuses of the people. Okay, how many times Igor told you how can you say something if you don't know nothing? This is the point. So what is important is to bring the people to get the information. I agree. If someone come to a presentation, if after a presentation my friend tell me, Andrea, I don't like it, okay, let's go. One I lose and 1,000 I will find. But at least at least he understood what you're doing. Let me tell you this. What I learned in all my experience to my network, to my people. Let's make this example. You speak with 10 friends, okay? With your 10 friends, because normally you speak with your friends, with the people you know, and you try to invite them to the Corsair Connect business. But maybe even you don't have the right information. Maybe even you're not ready to explain what you're doing. But let's do it this way. You speak with your 10 friends. For example, 3 of these friends tell you, okay, Brenda, I like it. I will come to a presentation. Good. And what do you do with the other 7? The other 7 tell you, I don't know, I don't like, I don't have time, I'm full, I'm busy, I don't trust. Because, okay. If you accept their no, then it's finished. Then you take the 7 people and put them on the treasure, not in the landfill, come si chiama la spazzatura?
Rubbish.
In the rubbish, okay, there.
Rubbish.
But then let's make the example. With the other 7, you try using these sentences, using this concept that you have to study, you have to be prepared. And you speak with these 7 friends in the way that Igor told you. Maybe not, of course, not all of them, but let's listen to me. If of these 7 people, 7 friends, you can save one or you can save two, this is not good. Okay? You speak with them, at the end, you invite 2 of them to a presentation more. So you save 1 or 2 new partner in this business. And you know why this is important? Because what I learned in my experience in the network marketing. Now pay attention to what I'm telling you. Pay attention now. When I speak with with any of my friends, any contact, in my mind is like I am speaking with a gold bar. Okay, you know what is a gold bar? Is a bar of gold. Okay, and when I speak with the people, I treat everyone like a gold bar. You know why? Because you will never know what they can do it in the future. You don't know. You will never know. Not only what they will do, but you will never know who they know. Because sometimes maybe your friend is not the right one, but your friend know the right one that will make in the future millions of turnover in your group. So you need to treat every name, every person like a gold bar. Because trust me, this is my experience in the last 32 years. You'll never know. And you know what? You know why you have to fight with these people to invite them at least to understand, to a presentation or to a Corsair day. You know why? Because trust me, I saw this movie thousands of times in my experience. You know how many times I see someone, now I make only an example, someone that speak with Gavin and say no. Someone in the same speak with Sylvia and say no. And then with Igor and say no. And with Jan and say no. Then speak with Brenda and say yes. You know how many times? You know how many times I see people in the event where someone say yes, but I invite him 6 months ago, but he didn't follow me. But now he's there. So if you give up too early, trust me, someone else sooner or later will invite your friends to an event in Corsair. Sure, trust me, I saw this thousands of times. You are speaking with your friend, they tell you no, but trust me, sooner or later you will see your friends in another group, in another structure, inside of Corsair network, but not under you. You know why? Because you give up too early. Trust me, I saw this movie a lot of time. It's always like that. So the topic of today with Igor was just to tell you, don't give up. Fight with the people, let the people understand, at least invite them to a presentation. And then I go to the end of this train, just 5 minutes more. Let me tell you something really interesting for you. Let me tell you where are we going, okay? Because trust me, this 2026 will be amazing. This year will be really funny. I don't know in your country. I'm Italian. I live especially in Italy. And I already told you a few weeks ago that now is decided the European Union, 12th of August, will become operative, effective, this new regulation for the packaging for the company. All the company will be forced to recycle at least a certain percentage of plastic 12th of August in all Europe. So trust me, from the month of September, you will see, I see now, we see now in Italy, right now, even now we are in May, but right now, a lot of company, they start to listen about this new regulation and the plastic and recycling and the plastic credit, and they already start to move. We are preparing something huge for this. We are preparing something huge for all Europe, and of course, this will be nice for all over the world. You know why? Two very important things. Now we have this we are working with an external company who will take care about the company. For example, Jean know a company. They want to remove some kilogram of plastic waste. They have to pay 10,000, 20,000, 30,000. Okay, the company will send the money to this agency, and we will split this money. 50% will go back to the network because the agency will do all the job, and the other 50% from all the company in Europe and all around the world, the 50% of the money, they will go to the exchange to buy the CSR, to get the CSR, to retire the CSR, and this agency will send to the company the invoice and the certification, and they will make the retirement immediately for the company. Trust me, this bill will be massive. After this, you will start to see a lot of money that now will start to go in the exchange to buy the CSR. Why the price of the CSR are low now? Only for one reason, because nobody's buying the CSR. The volume is low because the company now, they don't need the plastic credit. They can do it on a voluntary base. But sooner or later, this service will become mandatory by the law. And we can expect to see in the future 100,000 of companies that every month will go in the exchange to buy the CSR and to retire, to give value to what we are doing. And not only, I get this information yesterday. I get from the CEO of the company, and we are, especially for Europe, now we are working on a strategic partnership with the company. Company that, because now we are working to how to give this service to this country, to these companies, and even how to do in the right way that the CSR plastic credit will be 100% aligned, 100% compliance with all the European regulation. And we are working in a strategical part with a strategical company, which now they are starting to work to prepare all the paper in the way that the CSR plastic credit will be 100% in line for the company, and all the company, when they buy the CSR, they can put in the cost and they can say, okay, buying the plastic credit CSR, I respect all the regulation. Now we have 3 months. Now we are at the end of May. We have June, July, and August. Because of course the regulation will start in the 12th of August, but the people in August will be in the summer holiday. I want to be ready for the 1st of September. And trust me, from September, something magic finally will start in this business. Something magic. Of course, as I told you, this will be only the beginning. Okay? I don't want to tell you that in September, the price of the CSR will go to $1. No, of course. Okay? This will take time. But we will start on September, seriously working on the point of view of the CSR and the company and the service, and how many time will take till the price of our service will grow. I don't know. But I can tell you something. I'm not in a hurry. Doesn't matter. It will take the time that is needed, because we are creating a company not just to stay here for the next 1-2 years. We are building this company, this Corsair group, to stay on the market and to be the leader for the next 20, 30, 40 years. And we have such an amazing opportunity now, because we are more than 5 years. Listen to me, 5 years we are waiting for this moment. We are 5 years that we said, especially the CEO, Jay, is 5 years he told, you will see, sooner or later, the plastic credit will become mandatory by the law. And now, for the first time in the legislation, our compensation service will be an option. So your company, you use packaging in Europe, you use plastic, you must recycle. If you can't respect the percentage that the requirement of the law they ask you, you can use some company like Corsair to compensate what you didn't. You trust me. I know sometimes when I speak really strong. The majority of you didn't understand yet what I'm telling you. You don't have an idea what will happen in this market in the next years. This will be a multi-billion market. We will, I know, the Corsair Group will become a big company. But trust me, the Corsair Connect network will do billions in turnover in the next years, selling plastic credit, not millions, billion. We do already now million. The Corsair Connect network will be a billion network because the plastic credit, everyone would need to buy, private and company. But you need to study. You need to be prepared to come every week in this training, to share with your people. Come to Finland to understand what we are doing, and don't waste this training. Don't lose your opportunity because now, finally, is the moment to start and to join to this business. So, ladies and gentlemen, I have my shrimps tonight, shrimps with vegetables. This is my menu for the new ones. Brenda, no problem. At the end of the training, I always inform to the people which is my menu that my wife is preparing for me. Tonight I will have shrimps with the vegetables, beer, and let's go. Okay, I'm joking. Let me open up my microphone. I would like to thank you really, Pasquale, for your time. Igor, thank you very much. You did a great job.
Thank you to
Igor,
you.
please
Thank you for everybody.
come more frequently to help me in this training.
Thanks, Andrea.
Okay?
For me,
So,
it's a pleasure to give my hand to give.
And we are happy to have you here whenever you want.
Thank you to
Thank you very
everybody
much.
for the attention and thank
See
you
you
for
next
everybody.
week. Same time, same
See you.
league, same me, same you. Have a good night. I love you.
Good night.
Bye-bye.
Good night.
Bye.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye bye.
Bye-bye.
Grazie. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.